Has most of world history been concealed from us? Did ancient civilizations make a surprising leap that could challenge the foundations of traditional archaeology? Was there any contact with non-human beings in the distant past that provided humanity with important knowledge? I have prepared 12 visuals for you. These could be evidence that the most advanced civilization on this planet might not have been us. Other cultures developed before us and understood how everything worked in ways we cannot comprehend. Traditional archaeology suggests that the further back in history we go, the more primitive civilizations we observe and the more primitive their construction methods appear. However, all around the world, there are ancient anomalies and megalithic wonders constructed with lost high technology that challenge our modern engineering. They present a different version of history. The common characteristic of the 12 photos I have prepared for you is this: none of them have been explained by archaeologists, and on top of that, there is a ban on providing any explanations. Here is the list of the 12 visuals. The first photo, Serapeum's black boxes. Located in the region known as Saqqara, Serapeum becomes one of the most mysterious ancient sites in all of Egypt. This labyrinth, lost under the sands of time, was discovered in 1850 and conceals 25 black granite boxes that were prepared with lazar-like precision. When I say boxes, they are actually coffins. Each box, along with a 30-ton lid carved from the same stone, weighs approximately 70 tons. It was stated that each box is empty, so it continues to remain a mystery. It is estimated that at least 2,000 people would be needed to transport this 100-ton stone. However, the tunnels, being only 60 centimeters wider than the boxes themselves, have been calculated to lack sufficient space inside for such a large army to come and remove these boxes. The Egyptians would have to use torches to see inside the tunnels completely, but there is no evidence of smoke traces from the flames in the low ceilings of the tunnels. The stone was extracted from Aswan, which is approximately 1,000 kilometers away. The official claim of Egyptologists is that these boxes, or rather, these sarcophagi, were made as burial places for sacred bulls during the late dynastic period. However, it would have been impossible for the dynastic Egyptians to do this with softer bronze tools. The crude hieroglyph engravings on the 3 boxes were most likely made by Egyptians at Sito thousands of years later. Additionally, I recommend paying attention to how advanced, modern, and technological these sarcophagi appear compared to the preservation of the ancient ones. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, the explanation given by Egyptian authorities is that they were made for sacred bulls, but how can the sarcophagi of sacred bulls look more magnificent and superior to the pharaoh's sarcophagi, Egyptians? The explanations of so-called official archaeologists logically collapse at this point. Let's continue. The second photograph, Sacsayhuaman's walls. Sacsayhuaman Fortress lies in the northern foothills of Cusco, Peru. Its andesite walls are made of intricately interlocked blocks, some weighing up to 25 tons, precisely and without mortar.
Is that this was built thousands of years before the Inca and was done by a race that understood and utilized forms of resonance and vibration. In other words, lost ancient.
Each foundation stone is embedded about 3 meters into the ground, and the walls are highly earthquake resistant. Traditional archaeologists believed that the Incas built Sacsayhuaman. However, if the Incas only had bronze tools, how could they extract, shape, and transport these megaton blocks? Once again, official archaeologists maintain their silence on this matter and refrain from providing an explanation. We come to the third photograph. Friends, Masuda's Rock. Osaka Town in Japan holds a secret. It hides numerous granite stones carved in strange shapes. The largest and most extraordinary one is known as Masuda's Rock Boat. The largest of the mysterious rock mounds, the Rock Boat, measures 10 meters by 4.5 meters in height and has been estimated to be made of approximately 800 tons of solid granite. In the center, two hollowed mounds, each about 1 square meter, reaching the ground level, can be observed. In this region, there are many Buddhist temples and tombs that could suggest the carvings were done by Buddhists, but it doesn't resemble the style or structure of any known Buddhist work. Like all guardians, no one seems to know who or when it was built. We are at the fourth photo, once again in Sacsayhuaman's mechanical cuts. Once again, evidence of things resembling machine-made cuts can be seen in the super-hard andesite stone of Sacsayhuaman's ancient site in Peru. According to archaeological evidence, the Incas had only bronze tools. So, if the Incas shaped these stones as suggested by traditional archaeologists, how could they cut andesite with much softer bronze tools? It's like trying to cut a tree with a plastic knife, in fact. Moving on to the fifth photo, Dendra's lights. In the Hathor Temple within the Dendra Temple complex in Egypt, 3 stone reliefs depict a purported ancient Egyptian electric lighting technology. One of which represents a single lamp, and the others depict double lamps. Upon examination, you see something that resembles a very large lamp or bulb with a cord attached in the form of a serpent. When compared to the smaller figures crouching beneath the lamp, at each end of the lamp, there are 2 giant-looking figures, which some believe could represent an elite race of dominant-class giants. What do you think? Also, when you see one of the figures, the giant, what do you think it resembles? Please share your thoughts with me in your comments. We have reached the 6th photo, the white granite remnants of Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu actually means ancient mountain. The Inca walls and dwellings made of rough stone and clay mortar. Dating back over 550 years, are impressive achievements and attract the attention of most tourists. However, there is something much more prehistoric and superior to be seen here. Made of white granite, this mortarless megalithic structure resembles something almost futuristic, like something you would see in a science fiction film, and dates back thousands of years before the Incas. On to the 7th photo, Baalbek's Pregnant Women Stones. The 1,200-ton Pregnant Women Stone, built by an ancient civilization with lost high technology, is made of limestone and stands in the Baalbek Quarry in Lebanon. It is the largest known megalithic carved stone on Earth. Mainstream archaeologists declare this megalith to be a product of Roman engineering. But if that's the case, why is this stone found over 3,500 kilometers away from Rome? And why is there no such stone near the seat of Roman power? In fact, this megalith was discovered by people thousands of years before Rome. Once again, official archaeologists say nothing about this. Their explanations are baseless assumptions and, in fact, their statements are both illogical and unsupported by any scientific evidence. We are at the 8th photo, the irregularities of Ollantaytambo in Peru. Ollantaytambo's mysterious irregularities are part of the largest archaeological site in Peru. Once you visit, you will begin to see the megalithic architecture with its precision angles and even its inscriptions resembling the H-shaped blocks seen in Pumapunku, Bolivia. This much older irregular structure stands in stark contrast to the rough stone and clay mortar of Inca construction that surrounds it, and how these structures were made, worked, and made so smooth remains a complete curiosity. Now to the ninth photo, advanced technology at Karnak in Egypt. You can see a large drill hole at the Karnak temple complex. It is clearly a prehistoric work, carved and showing that the drill rapidly penetrated the very hard pink granite of Aswan. Considering that the ancient Egyptians had only bronze tools, the angle and perfect circularity of this hole are truly remarkable. We have reached the 10th photo, the multi-angled stones of Cusco in Peru. These stones, located near the center of Cusco, are so ancient that they are dated thousands of years before the Incas, yet they are cut with such precision that you couldn't even slide a human hair between them. If you visit here, a tour guide will tell you that this megalithic stone with 11 sides and no mortar is the work of the Incas. But let's consider that the Incas, as we mentioned earlier, supposedly cut the toughest granite and andesite with bronze tools, which is impossible. Why didn't they build all their structures with this impenetrable stone? We have reached the 11th photo, the hieroglyphs of Abydos in Egypt. According to many, the mysterious hieroglyphs in the Abydos temple of ancient Egypt represent flying machines. These hieroglyphs are carved from a heavy stone slab that supports the roof of the temple. Egyptian scientists claim that this is another example of a palimpsest, meaning the original writing was erased to make room for later inscriptions, but it's an illogical and implausible explanation with traces of a manuscript or writing material piece. If there was only one hieroglyph that resembled a flying machine that you could see with your own eyes, it could perhaps be said that this hypothesis is true. However, there are three very detailed depictions of what a modern helicopter and other spacecraft look like. You can believe that all of this is nothing more than a coincidence, but it requires quite a struggle to believe in it. Here is our 12th image, the mountain cuts of Ollantaytambo. This very hard andesite stone, found in the Ollantaytambo region in Peru, resembles ancient saw-like cuts of a mountain and stands at a stone's throw from the Sun Temple and other oblique megalithic structures. Upon closer inspection, you can see that this is far from natural. Part of the stone was literally cut from above, and it appears that the cutting process was left unfinished. In conclusion, dear friends, these and similar topics and videos are currently available on our channel. I strongly recommend that you thoroughly explore our channel and watch some of our videos. If you are interested in the ancient world, these videos are indeed valuable. How did ancient civilizations manage to build gigantic temples with low-performance tools? The fact that the story we are told is incomplete and that a significant portion of the ancient evidence showing that our ancestors may have possessed advanced technology or even been more successful than us has been erased or concealed seems quite possible. In fact, the efforts of official archaeologists to hide these works and findings and their illogical explanations prove this. I am just lonely human, and the mysteries will continue. Until we meet again.